Hi, my name is Haley Miller. Today we're going to talk about improving your classroom with differentiation, grouping, and technology. So grouping is the first thing that we're going to talk about today. Students can be grouped in many different ways. Our text by Robert Slavin primarily discusses grouping within ability ranges. So grouping low ability students together, grouping higher ability students together. There are lots of different ways you can do this, and it can look a lot of different ways. You can also have mixed ability groups, so that students of different ability levels are in different groups. They're able to help each other, feed off of each other. There's this quote that I found that I really love. When students are able to verbalize their ideas, listen to one another, share authentic discussion, and create common projects, they're much more actively engaged in the learning process. And that's one thing I feel like is so important with grouping. Not only are we helping the students by grouping them with students that they will learn from, that they may be on a better level with, we're also letting them become more engaged. They're typically more confident in these groups. They're able to engage a little better. They're able to verbalize the things that they've thought about. They can listen to other people's ideas and learn from them. And it really gives them a sense of confidence. Something else that's important that isn't discussed very often is that we should continually change our groupings. We shouldn't have groupings in September that are the same in February typically. As those students grow, as they learn, as they change, we're going to need to change those groups up so that they're with people that they're going to be able to learn from best. Differentiation is the next thing we need to talk about. Differentiation, if you see in the little picture I have included, there's a lot of different steps to this. It's knowing our learners, assessing the student learners, having adjustability or flexibility with assignments, with the questions, and also having flexibility in the way that we approach our curriculum. Differentiation just refers to the way that we respond to the different student abilities in our classrooms, the different ways that they're able to learn, the differences in what they enjoy, what they're interested in, and to take all of that and apply it into the way we teach. All students do have the ability to learn. They have the ability to do well in our classes. We just have to give them the tools that they need to be able to do that for themselves. One way we can do that, I try to do a lot in my class, is give the students a lot of control over the project or the assignment that they do. We did one very recently within the past week that they all really enjoyed, where I told them they had one class period to become an expert in a particular topic we were talking about, glycolysis and biology. And I told them they can use anything they wanted, videos, they could use YouTube, they could use their books, they could research on the internet, we could use magazines, articles, but they had to learn their topic the way that made the most sense to them, and then they could create a presentation for their class. They could draw a picture for me, or they could do an outline or a summary for me to explain the ideas that they learned. And then that kind of allows them to have more flexibility. They get a little more engaged when they have the ability to choose how they do their work. The last thing we're going to talk about is technology. Technology is something that I believe is very important because it's such a big part of our students' lives now. Between cell phones, computers, video games, everything that they focus on these days is technology-based. So it really makes sense for us to incorporate that in our classrooms also, to embrace that, and to really try to incorporate it in ways that make sense, authentically incorporate that into our lessons. It doesn't just mean using computers. It can also be our Promethean boards, creating spreadsheets for our students, showing them how to track scores, downloading apps to their phone, incorporating videos into lessons, doing online assessments. There's lots of different ways you can do this, but try to mix it up. It really gets the students more engaged. And I found with my students, even though I'm a fairly young teacher, there's still a lot that I don't know, and they are more than willing to help. If you tell a student you want to use a computer, some type of technology, and you don't know how, I promise they can figure it out real quickly, and they're usually excited about that to get to show off their skills. So don't be scared of it. and just incorporate technology when you are able to. It really helps engage our students. And these are my references. Thank you.